Erin, you're muted.
Yeah, what a lovely day today. Humor all across. So I did some. Okay, my dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a very good evening to all of you. I'm Toastmaster Naren Yadav. Welcome you to the Speakers, Traders, and Coaches Toastmasters 60-second weekly meeting. I'm your Sergeant at Arm today. Like every great organization has a mission statement, Toastmasters International also has one. Our mission is to provide a conducive, supportive, and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop a communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Here are some general guidelines for you. Ensure that you are logged in with your correct name. It will help us identify you easily. All speakers or role takers are requested to add the name of their role before their names. All the guests are requested to prefix guest before their name. Know when your camera is on and avoid doing anything that may distract the speaker. Please mute your microphone except when it's your turn to speak to avoid background noises from interrupting the meeting. Please unmute your microphone and start your video when the Toastmaster of the day or MC or the table topics master asks you to do so. Let the host or co-host handle all the controls. Here are some important guidelines. Refrain from speaking about religion, sex, and politics in a derogatory manner. Avoid interjecting the speaker when he or she is delivering a speech, evaluation, or report. Please raise your hand to volunteer during table topics session to speak. Look out for the green, yellow, and red colored cards on the screen. They will be displayed by the timer at appropriate times. At the end of every segment, please cast your ballot when the host displays the poll on the screen. So let's start our today's meeting. Theme of today's meeting is humor in everyday life. Like Simon Wiesenthal says, humor is the weapon of unarmed people. It helps people who are oppressed to smile at the situation that pains them. Here's a short disclaimer. We wanted to let you know that this meeting will be recorded and we may use this recording for promotional purposes, such as sharing it on our social media channels, including WhatsApp. By joining the meeting, you agree to let us use your name, voice, and image in the meeting. We want to assure that your privacy is important to us, and we will only use the recording for the purposes mentioned. If you have any concerns or questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Lastly, we want to thank you for joining us today and being a part of our community. Your participation is greatly appreciated. Now, let me invite the presiding officer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Mansi Mathur. She is a social service enthusiast and entrepreneur at heart who currently wishes to serve the Toastmaster fraternity as one team to her level best. So please put your hands together and help me welcome Toastmaster Mansi Mathur.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naren, for opening up the meeting. Gentlemen, you cannot fight here. It's a war room. That was quoted by President Merkin Muslim. Every day in our lives, we have this conflict. Behind the scene, inside this Toastmaster room, we beat this with a humor. Humor and speakers, trainers, and coaches go well and well when we speak in this language. Toastmasters here is a platform where we learn each day and laugh together to beat the heat and the busy schedule. Here we meet every Wednesday to become a leader and a thoughtful ideologistic person with an open heart and mind to explore utmost mistakes we make and not enumerate them, but to build on them. I would request all the role takers, guests, and members to please rename themselves before we start the meeting by clicking on the three dots in the participant and your name list so that we can address them and greet them well. On that note, I would also like to request all our guests today who are attending this meeting for the first time to please come forward or open up their camera and speak about them in a format with their hobbies, how they got to know about Toastmasters, and what they are looking for from this club. Any volunteer, any guest who would like to first go? I see guest Akansha. Guest Akansha, would you like to first go ahead with your introduction and your hobbies and your profession, if you can help us with that? I see Grace also. Please, okay, guest Akansha, first you can go ahead.
So, hi, my name is Akanksha, and I got to know about Toastmasters through my sister, who is a area director in Bangalore, and she told me to join this so that I gain confidence because currently I lack it, and to learn to speak in front of people. And my hobbies are to watch movies, play some sport. That's it.
Sure. Next, we have Toastmaster Grace.
No, Mansi, Grace is the general evaluator, so she will not.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Introduce. Yes.
We'll go with the guests first.
Yes.
Okay, I'm waiting for the guests to volunteer, or else I'll call them. Toastmaster Indumati.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Mansi. Thank you so much to all of you. I'm Toastmaster Indu, and I'm basically a researcher and teacher by profession. And I am an aspiring public speaker, author, and currently an entrepreneur for Indu's Academy of Brilliant Minds. So it's a great meeting here. Thank you, Mansi, and all the best to all of you.
Thank you. We wish to see you more in this club and the meetings. Toastmaster Ram Nair, can we hear a line of humor from you, since we are beating the day out? And yeah, go ahead, Toastmaster Ram. Okay, then we have Toastmaster or guest Rajiv. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself? Toastmaster Rajiv Agarwal.
Rajiv is a.
I am not a guest. I am member.
He's not a guest, Mansi. He's a club member.
So
that was the humor.
We need to rename ourselves before we begin the meeting. No issues. Yeah. So a smile.
We have Mansi. We
Yes.
have guest Malcolm Wilson.
Yes. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself with a smile?
Hello, everyone. My name is Malcolm. I'm a Toastmaster from District 81. I'm zooming in from Bonaire, which is a slice of paradise in the Caribbean. Why did I join? I'm in an international Toastmasters WhatsApp group. I just saw the invite. I'm working, so I interrupted that to join. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for the agenda. And I'm also looking for an explanation of the culture of this Toastmasters group. Please enjoy the meeting today.
Sure, I heard you, Toastmaster and guest Malcolm. Now we'll start the meeting with our MC role taken care by Toastmaster Nupur, who's always been the backbone of this club. And she is also a corporate professional with almost 25 years of work experience, with now as a transformational mindset coach, corporate trainer, mentor, author, podcaster, writer, YouTuber, and the list continues. So on that note, I would like to call upon our MC and start the meeting by this pen as a gavel. All yours. The stage is yours, Toastmaster.
Thank you. I take the baton.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mansi, for giving such a beautiful introduction of mine. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Nupur Batwal, your MC for the day. I hope all of you are doing well. And in a coaching language, you all are in a great state today. Yeah? So today's theme, like we have already discussed, is humor in everyday life. Tough task in today's time? It is. Looking for humor in everyday life, it is a tough task. Now, honestly, tell me, how many of you actually look for humor in your day-to-day life? I would like to hear from at least one or two people who actually look for humor, because we all have become such a serious society. Yeah? Anyone would like to go? No? Nobody?
Guest Malcolm. He has raised his hand.
Yes, please, go ahead. Yes, Indumati, laughter is the best medicine. Very true.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Yes, I look for humor every day.
Great.
Where do I look for humor? I look for humor on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Before I zoomed in, I was scrolling, and what I do is I save funny images so I can share it within my network. So that's on a personal level. In my professional level, I'm a success coach and a success speaker. And with my coachees, I also seek humor. Why? Because humor disrupts let's say, the predicament that my clients are in. And that opens the door for transformation. So those are two examples in which I seek humor.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else would like to add? Sorry, I can't read the messages on chat box because there's some problem with my laptop and I've logged in from my phone. So sorry for that. Yeah. So this is the humor of today's day. I'm trying to find some humor in this problem of mine. Anyway, it is said that life goes on and you have to look for humor. You should not keep focusing only on the problems, because if you look for problems, you will only find problems. And then we end up being an extremely serious and boring person. A little laugh goes a long way. Humor is the delightful seasoning that adds a dash of laughter to a daily routine. And let me tell you, all the guests and our distinguished Toastmasters, here the goal is to use humor to bring people together. The goal is to create a sense of fellowship, happiness, and well-being. So we are using humor as a glue to bring everyone together. Moving on to today's agenda of the meeting will have 3 segments. First is the prepared speech, followed by table topics, and the final round will be evaluation round. I would like to invite our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Grace, who's come all the way from South Africa. So welcome, Grace. Grace joined Toastmasters in 2021 and became the president of the Escalators Club. Now an Education Achievements Awards coordinator, club mentor, and sponsor coordinator for District 74. and she is on her way to a worldwide Toastmaster journey to serve and learn. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Grace. I would request you to come and introduce your team. Over to you, Toastmaster Grace.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and to our honorable guests. Yes, my role as the General Evaluator is to introduce and evaluate the team that I will be working with, since they do not have evaluators. It is our aim in Toastmasters to assist role players to gain the communications and leadership skill, meaning that when we take up such roles, we get an opportunity to speak in public and develop ourselves. Maybe at the end, we will end up being ostentatious as public speakers. Toastmasters, allow me to introduce our Zoom master, who is an experienced life transformation coach, a growth strategist, an author, a speaker, and a change maker. He has managed to impact positively to hundreds of people globally through coaching, training, and mentoring. Please let us give a round of applause to Toastmaster Naren, as he will tell us about his role as the Zoom master. Toastmaster Naren.
Thank you so much, Grace. What a lovely introduction. I'm really, it's great to hear good things about me. And in today's meeting as a Zoom master, I have all the power, and I can add you, delete you, mute you, unmute you, or every power is there with me. I'll ensure that decorum of this meeting is maintained, and that there is no nonsense meeting here. Thank you so much. Back to the General Evaluator, Grace. Have a great time, everybody.
Thank you. Next, we have our timer, who is a businessman in property. He is a very principled man who lives by 3 values: empathy, caring, and let go. His love for loving people has made him to have a mission to inspire and positively impact many people through leadership and communication skills. Toastmasters, that is none other than Toastmaster Bhavesh, as he will tell us about his role as the timer.
Good evening, Toastmaster Grace, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role as a timer is to keep the time for all the speakers to ensure that everyone speaks within their allotted time. This will also help us in ensuring that meeting runs on time. As a timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, and the evaluators. I will also alert each speaker of the time that they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Today, for our speaker, the speech time is 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The speaker will have another 30 seconds to, wrap up and complete their speech. The individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, and over to you, Grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Pavech. We also have our language evaluator. Her name means illuminator, brighten up. She loves food, chocolates, train, and she's a cinephile, meaning that she likes watching movies, cartoons, series, and advertisements. Toastmasters, our language evaluator is into spirituality and dream weird dreams, and in her sleep. She is the Vice President Education of Wipropeace Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Pradiman, please tell us about your role as the language evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Grace. First of all, pardon me to correct you, that is, I am a he, not she. Yeah. And hi all, I am the language evaluator, where I will be noting down your language usage in grammar and fluency. That is, which is also called as accounter and grammarian, where as an accounter, I will be catching your crutch words, fillers, repetitions that are not required, and the unrequired pauses. That is my duty as an accountant. And as a grammarian, I will be keeping a track of your grammar. That is, now what are the good usages or special usages you have made in grammar, and what are the incorrect usages that could be corrected or could be used in proper way. I will be taking a note of them. And also we have word of day and phrase of day, which is word of day is ostentatious, meaning an object or action that is displayed to exhibit or to grab attention. For example, the clock at Salajang Museum in Hyderabad is an ostentatious exhibit. And the phrase of the day is written in stone, which means something is permanent or unchangeable. And the usage is nothing is written in stone, which means nothing is permanent. So these are the users of the word of day and phrase of day are encouraged. And please do show your emoticons, preferably thumbs up, as the symbol of encouragement. Over to you, General Government.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters, and please pardon me. Lastly, Toastmasters, we have an active listener who has been a mathematics and science teacher for 34 years. He likes tailoring and stitching. The co-author and a naturopathy. She is in a mission of empowering women to contribute to form infection-free society. Toastmasters, let us welcome our Toastmaster Rajini as she explains her role as the active listener.
Thank you, Gracie, for introducing me. I am an active listener. As the speaking is important, as much as the listening is also very important. So as an active listener, I will ask few questions from all the speakers, whatever they speak, some important tidbits from there. And then you have to answer at the last, so that I can assess that there are brilliant listeners are also in our club. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you very much to our active listener. Now I will hand control back to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Now, moving on to our first segment of today's meeting, that is prepared speech segment. And today, though we have only one speech, but it is a very, very important speech. You must be thinking why it is. Because this is a DTM first speech. I welcome Noor Mohammed, who is the evaluator for today's speech, to introduce the speaker and his project. Noor, a distinguished Toastmaster, is a friend and mentor to many. His knowledge of the world of Toastmasters and beyond, his sense of humor and open-mindedness sets him apart from all of us. Over to you, DTM Noor Mohammed.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow friends, dear guests, my dear club mates. Good evening to you all. Distinguished Toastmaster Abhijit Roy is leading the business development and contracts team in his current organization. He has more than 13 years of work experience working in fields such as business development, tendering and contracts in oil and gas sector. He has worked in several countries in GCC, Africa, Singapore, India. He's also a seasoned Toastmaster and an international keynote speaker who has delivered both online and offline seminars and numerous workshops globally in the past 5 to 6 years. Now, DTM Abhijit Roy is embarking on his first speech of his DTM project titled "The Road to Success Never Ends." Timer, please note his timing is 5 to 7 minutes. His purpose of this speech, as written on stone by Toastmasters International, is for DTM Abhijit to demonstrate his skills as a leader and a public speaker while delivering a well-executed, unostentatious speech as he introduces his plan and vision for his DTM project. Now, remember, DTM Abhijit, the idea is to express and not to impress. Please let us all put our hands together. Welcome our own distinguished, dashing Toastmaster Abhijit. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening, and welcome to the plan that I envisioned almost a year back. The plan was very simple. Now, if you would understand what exactly I'm going to be sharing about, it's nothing new, it's nothing historical, and it's nothing very difficult to accept and adapt. In July 2022, I was the one who was very much thoughtful of getting a role of a district officer in Toastmasters. Probably an area director, a division director, or it could be even beyond the role of a trio. Who doesn't want to be ambitious? Everyone does. So did I. But there were a few challenges that came my way. And I couldn't really accept that fact that this year, which is 2022 at that point of time, could be a year for me to really go ahead and get what I wanted. So I reached out to a few districts outside of my home country, a district which I had never ever been before, a country which I couldn't think of traveling all the way from India just after the pandemic. The country was the United States of America. I traveled to Arizona, District 3, to reach out to the district director and ask, do I have an opportunity to serve your district in capacity of a district officer? The district director, looking at all my credentials, gave me an opportunity to give my understanding of what I am capable of. A short interview process happened, and thereafter, I was given an opportunity to serve as an area director in Arizona District 3. But what is exactly I'm going to be talking about? Well, now is the real time that I should share what exactly my planning is going to be. I had never ever been a remote leader managing not one club, but 6 clubs, which was given to me under my area. The name that sounded Palo Verde was the then called division in the same district last year. All the clubs were online, and at some point in time, one of the clubs went on to have hybrid meetings. To reach out to every club and their club officers was equally a daunting task. Time zone was more of a challenge because Arizona was almost 12 and a half hours behind our India time. I had to wake up quite early in the morning, sometimes attend to the club meetings, sleep late nights because there were club meetings. But the challenge that I had taken to serve the district in the capacity of an area director kept me moving. Now, having said that, what was that I did or I could do in the year to come, in the time to accomplish, was a proper planning. The plan to make the area success, in addition to all the clubs that were already, in a way, doing their best to attain success. The area success plan was something that was probably an easy cake of work for me. Everything was in written, which I just noted it down. But hold on, not everything just comes through the way of writing. When it comes to real-time implementation, it becomes even more difficult. So what did I do? I first surveyed. My plan was to keep things simple, not for the clubs, but for myself, because I knew for the very first time that this were some of the challenges which I'm going to be facing the year long. How did I make things different? Is through the way of understanding the geographical difference, understanding the psychological challenges, understanding the mindset of people in America to accept an Indian as a leader. My communication was nowhere a challenge. My leadership was equally not a challenge. Then what was that came my way is way of communicating with them online. People did accept me as a leader. People did accept me as a good communicator. But then a lot of clubs which were coming under my area, that was 5 clubs of Dome, all of them had a similar challenge. Abhijit, you are an area director and we respect you for the kind of hard work that you're doing. What is that you are going to do in case if we turn out to be an offline club? I made sure that in terms of the planning, I have my other co-area directors who were based in the US. My division director, who was based in Arizona, kind of helped me and gave me that backup which I needed. I had a team, a core team with myself for people who are already based in Arizona to give me that support in my absence, or rather, when I face those challenges of not being able to attend hybrid meetings. The team, the entire planning, the challenges were all in my place to understand that in a way that if I have to achieve being a stable area director, I will have to accomplish a lot of things coming my way. I had predetermined of making the area distinguished, but these challenges to accomplish are going to be coming the longer way in my next project. Core team was formed. I was determined. Communication to all the team members were already channelized. Now came the implementation. But hold on, that's not something which I'm going to be sharing it tonight. As I just wanted everyone to understand that the road to success never ends. So this is just the beginning, my friends. Stay tuned for the next episode until I come back for my final version of my DTM's project. Thank you for having me, and over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Abhijit. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. Laughter is the best medicine, and we all know of this. But how much do we implement? When it comes to implementation, we don't. The responsibility and seriousness of life can weigh us down. But finding a way to add healthy dose of amusement into our life is very, very important, and it should be a routine job for us, which makes a lot of difference to our life. And to add humor in everyday life, we move on to the most exciting segment of the day, that is table topics. I would request all of you to participate in this table topic, as you all will get to vote for the best table topic speaker. And for this, I invite the table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Rashi, to introduce her role and the table topics master of the day. But before I hand over to TM Rashi, I would like to say a few lines about her. Rashi is an author and TEDx speaker, the first president of our STC club. She is also a tarot reader, an astrologer, a numerologist who helps people get clarity and insight to what they want in life. So all of you, all you guys, whoever wants to get a tarot reading done can connect with her. But remember, the payment has to be routed through me. So over to you, Toastmaster Rashi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur. So I am here to welcome our table topic master, who is, well, from Sri Lanka. He is from Sri Lanka, that is Toastmaster Umesan. He is the VPM and charter member of Vavonia Toastmaster Club. And he's also a civil engineer currently working as a site manager, Sri Lanka Northern Project. So let me welcome Toastmaster Umesan. Over to you, Toastmaster Umesan.
Hello, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Toastmaster Umesan from Vavonia Toastmaster Club from Sri Lanka, northern part of Sri Lanka, as well as the Toastmaster table topic evaluator said. I'm professional as a civil engineer, currently working as a site manager in Northern Sri Lankan Northern Development Project, and I'm very happy to present as a table topic master in this educational meeting. One of the best part of that Toastmaster educational meeting, that table topic session. This session will give an opportunity to speak in front of people without any preparation. So this is really amazing part. So I am very happy again to deliver this session here. And also that most important and very happy topic today we have, that humor. The humor hidden in our day-to-day lives. So the humor make our tensions leave. Today I came with four topics, and I need 4 volunteers. Those volunteers should deliver that speeches for 2 minutes without any preparation. They have to come and they have to deliver. So in this Zoom Toastmaster meeting, that volunteer should raise the hand. I will tell that Toastmaster's name. They have to unmute and they have to choose the number up to 4, and I will give the topic. So I am inviting the first volunteer to deliver that speech. Okay. Is that any volunteers? Please rise up your hands.
Toastmaster Mason, you have all the power to choose your favorite one and ask them to speak up.
Okay. Toastmaster Akshaya. Hello, Toastmaster Akshaya.
Toastmaster Akansha.
Okay.
There are 3 hands raised. You can select Vijayati.
Vijayati. Vijayati, boss. Actually, sorry, I'm new to this kind of.
Sure. It's Vijayati, yes.
Okay. Okay. So, how are you, Vijayati?
I'm fine. I'm doing well.
So, which number you going to choose?
6.
6. Okay. Share a humorous incident that took place during in your grocery shopping.
My grocery shopping. Okay. I mean, this was quite some time back, you know. And I had this beautiful diamond ring. And I never go grocery shopping. Unfortunately, I have people, and especially my husband, he was very fond of shopping. So he always took care of that. I would go for fruits, but definitely not grocery shopping. And I don't know what made me that day to go for aloo shopping, you know, just potatoes. I went to buy potatoes. And obviously, when you buy potatoes, you know, you are sort of, going through each and every vegetable over there, every potato there to see whether it is rotten or whether it's got any marks on it. And I was doing my work, you know, with great attention. And I bought about maybe 2 kgs of potato, and I came back home very, very happy, delighted with my buy, because it was the first time practically I'd gone grocery shopping. But then, to my horror, is that after having my lunch, I went to wash my hands. And when I was washing my hands, I suddenly see that the ring was there, but the diamond was missing. And you can imagine, you know, the state of my mind. I mean, that diamond obviously was a token of love of my husband. So apart from its intrinsic ostentatious value, it actually was, you could say, a symbol of his love written in stone. And that was one of the reasons why that loss meant much more to me than just the intrinsic value of that piece. Of course, I ran back helter-skelter to the shop to look for it, but I couldn't even, you know, tell the people over there who had gathered that it was a diamond that was missing. Because obviously, the minute they would realize that it was a diamond, they would look for it themselves and obviously take it. So I had to pretend that it was something else, and I literally had to, you know, go through every little piece of potato and lift it, and I didn't find it, unfortunately. And I'll never, ever sort of get over that loss. Though after that, I have had many diamonds from time to time. But that was a very, very special gift of my husband. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You deliver a wonderful speech. Especially you lost the diamond, but your husband find a diamond-hearted person. So you didn't. You never. You never lost your mind with that losses. Thank you so much again. And that to next volunteer, I am going to choose Intumadi Samos Sundaram.
Yes,
Hello.
I'm here.
So could you please choose the number, not 6? So
3.
you can 3. Tell about the funniest experience while traveling.
Oh, okay. So at the outset, thank you so much, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master Umesh. This is a wonderful topic. How many of you love travel? Most of us, right? Yes. Even I love travel. You know, the moment the word travel comes, that itself is a sort of a pleasure. Any travel that we do is going to be a change of mind. The perception of what we are in our day-to-day life changes. So travel as such is something that brings happiness within all of us. And within that, one very important incident which happened with me is I was traveling to Sangli, where I used to take class. So basically every Saturday I used to go alone. But there was an incident where my daughter had holiday and I thought, let me take her throughout the way. So we were just traveling to Sangli by car. She was standing over the rooftop and she was just enjoying the travel. She was just all the way on the rooftop. She was enjoying the climate. The climate was actually very cool. It was in Maharashtra, Kolhapur to Sangli. And we were listening to songs. I said, just 15 minutes, we were about to reach Sangli. And she was all, happy because she's going to play with the rector's daughter until I finish my class. And we were about to reach Sangli, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, mama. I was like, what happened? I've lost my cab. So, she was on the rooftop and she was actually thinking about it, like, where did I lose my cab? And then I said, so how long you were having the cab on your head? She's like, I don't know. So I said, it's okay. Within 5 minutes, we're about to reach Sangli. Now forget about the cab. I'll buy one more. And she started crying so much. It was a very embarrassing moment. And it took a lot of time for me to convince her that was a way back. And then I somehow convinced her. I reached on time. I finished my class. And on my way back home, she was just, talking about that incident. She was like, Mama, how insane I am. I was like, I was crying so much. And I forgot that punctuality is so important. You need to reach on time. So it's okay. It's just a had. So, I understood a lesson. That was a funny moment. We laughed and we were talking about it throughout the journey. And I was so happy that at least in that funny moment, she learned a moral as well. Over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Again, you share a wonderful memory. And to the next topic, I want another volunteer. So I'm going to pick up Kashama. Hello, Kashama. Could you please unmute?
Hi, my name is Kshama, and thank you for this.
Okay, so you have 3 choices. That means 4 more choices. Which number you want? So almost 3 and 6 is gone.
Okay, so I think you know it better, which is the easy topic. So you give me a hint.
So okay, I will give a very easiest topic. Recall a funny memory from your childhood that still make you laugh today.
Oh yes, I have plenty. I will share one with you all, and I hope all of you enjoy it. Actually, I was on my way to Puri to visit the Jagannath temple, and my Buaji and which is my father's sister and my dadima and my cousin. We all were together traveling to Puri, and we couldn't get the tickets because it was all jam-packed, but we had to go, and it was very much evident that we tried everything. But irrespective of that, we didn't get the tickets. So we booked ourselves in our second class, and we said, finally, come what may, we'll just go and visit the temple. So me and my cousin were sitting in one compartment, and my dadima and my baji were sitting in another compartment. They, of course, were gossiping something. And me and my cousin were having a good time together. We were laughing and everything. And I felt thirsty. So I just drank a glass of water, and the window which is there in the train, I just threw the rest of the water like that. And my cousin said, did you even realize? What did you do? I said, what? He said, are you sure you didn't realize? What have you done? The window was open, you've thrown the water. I was like, yeah, so what have I done? And before he could say anything, there was this guy, some Madrasi guy in the next compartment. He came rushing over to us, and he was just fighting, and he was saying something in Madrasi which I couldn't understand, but he was very annoyed with both of us. He looked at both of us like anything. I was like, what has happened? And then my cousin said, okay. And somehow he went. Then he told me that the water that you have thrown has gone over his face there. Did you realize that? The wind is blowing, it's so hard. And I couldn't have imagined that in the weirdest of my dreams, something like this could have ever happened. So this is a memory. I vowed never to throw back water, at least in the train or anywhere. And I suppose I became a supporter of Modi ji's cleanliness drive since then only, before unknowingly. And the other incident, which was again of Puri, I'll share with you guys sometime later because I can see the red screen now. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's really amazing memory. Yeah, exactly. I am also faced the same situation while I am enjoying the train traveling on the footboard. I also met several incidents like that. So it's really thank you for that touching my memory. And to the next topic, I going to pick up another one. Okay. So Ram Nair. Am I right, Ram Nair? It's that Ram Nair? I don't know that. Hello. Okay. Ram Nair, are you there? It's maybe my pronunciation problem.
No, there's a message from Ram stating that he would not be able to speak.
Oh, sorry, pardon. So Rajiv Agarwal. Hello, Rajiv Agarwal. Okay. Rushi Rup Lasami. I don't think we to pick it up. Okay.
Rashi, Rup Lakshmi.
I am the evaluator here.
Sorry for that. So the next is Sheikh Zagir. Sorry.
I think Rajiv ji would like to speak something. Did you raise your hand, Rajiv ji?
I can take, give me the topic.
Okay, Rajiv Agarwal. Okay. So your topic is okay. Share humor.
Who is the timer? Bhavesh. I can't see him. Okay. I can see now.
Okay.
It's
You
okay.
can see now. Yeah.
Okay. Share a humorous incident that took place during your official meeting.
Humor took place in my official meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Indumati, can you please put yourself on mute? Indumati, can you please put yourself on mute?
Mine is on mute.
She is on mute.
Okay. It was
Somebody
my
is-
sound behind me. It's okay. Now it's okay. I can start. So it's a beautiful day in my United Nations office in Somalia, where we are working under like a team of legal people as well as CPA, government of officials and senior officials of Somali government. And we are working on handing over of particular project to a means government. When we complete project, it is to be run by government. So under the three combinations, we were asking a question that who will manage the project after we hand over to the government. So do you have a capacity to run the project? So one of the ministers in Somali says that when you can run, we can run. Why you think that Somalians are not better than the other people? So we have proved that we will work and we will work better than others. So you don't worry, hand it over to us. We will manage and increase the capacity of our people. And that like everybody was laughing because we know on the ground capacity is not there. However, their capacity in terms of confidence was there. So that is what we built in them during the last 2 years project. Thank you. Over to you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for your sharing your experience and that last volunteer I'm going to pick. I would like to get a lady one. Is that any volunteer, ladies volunteer here? Please hands up because I can't find. Okay. Is that
Ladies, please buck up or he will give the chance to gents. So now it's your
no?
Vishma, Rajni ji.
Okay. Actually, I can't find that different with these names. Actually, I am new for this kind of names.
No, that's it. You pick up anybody by your choice.
Okay, okay then. Okay. Surab Sethi, is that right?
He's not a lady. He's not a
Okay,
lady.
no issue, no issue. Okay, we will go with him. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. So, do we have any experience in cooking?
No.
Oh my God. So, do we have any funniest experience in cooking or baking? Any incident happen in that time?
But I don't have any funny incident. Some funny story I can share of a college.
Sorry, pardon?
But I can share some funny story of a college.
Sure, please go ahead, please.
Yeah. Thank you for the topic. I would like to share a funny incident some XYZ college. In that college, there were 4 best friends. They were very lazy. They were not studying at all. Like they will like play line games, some Counter-Strike games, or watch movie till late night. Like they will end up like 5 or 6 a.m. It used to happen every day, be weekday or the weekends. At times they would get late to colleges. Then during exam time was coming, some semester exams, they were not serious in the studies. They kept on like procrastinating their studies enjoying till late night and do nothing. Since on the day of exam, they were very scared to give the exam. So they thought of a plan. They took some like oil, some black paint. They covered their face, shirt, hands, and went to dean's office. And they made a story to the deans that like one of like we four friends, one of our cousins, we had gone to the wedding, but that some issue happened with the car. We were trying to push the car. Then the car burst out. All those fuel and that gas came out of the face. We on that day we couldn't study and change our clothes. That's why we couldn't prepare the exam. Then the dean gave them like 7 days week. In a 7 days they studied hard, and on the end of 7 days they went to the dean for the exam. Then the dean made those four people to sit in separate rooms, question paper and two questions. First question, what's your name? Marks. Second question, which tire burst? First left, first right, back left, back right. Then all four were confused. That's the end of the story. Thank you.
Really amazing story. Anyway, thank you so much for every participant who make this show colorfully. And over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Masin. Now we will move to the final segment, that is our evaluation segment. Now we know that how many of us know that humor is actually a very serious business when it comes to happiness. Cultivating the skill of finding humor in life can bring a lot of your pain and tears away from you. Also, that there is a link between happiness and sense of humor, because consuming humor not only brings joy, but it also relieves a lot of your pain. Now, speaking of humor as a serious business, let's move on to our evaluation segment, which will give us some actual serious humor when it comes to evaluation. So I invite General Evaluator, Toastmaster Grace, to conduct the evaluation round. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Grace. Toastmaster Grace. Yeah.
Yes, here I am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Yes, as we proceed to the evaluation, I would like to call our evaluator, our DTM Noor, to give feedback to our speaker. Over to you, DTM Noor.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, and my dear Global Area Director, DTM Abhijit. Now, after listening to your speech, Abhijit, I could relate to your story. I could recollect many of my own challenges and solutions which I had in the past. Now, the speech was engaging and it was interesting till the end of the project. Now, I love the way in which you casually started and introduced the project in such a way, Abhijit, that I was so curious after an underplayed opening, describing your project as nothing new, nothing historical, nothing difficult to accept or adapt. I was pretty curious, how easy could it be? Now, all throughout your speech, Abhijit, you had good language, you had confidence which was radiating, and you had the ability to deliver in a way which was very easy to consume or comprehend. Now, your rate of speech was awesome. It was so perfect that I could understand each and everything which you said. Now, although I would have loved some splash of vocal variety in there. Now, the plot was evident. That was very clear. Now, you explored unknown territories, way in the United States in District 3. That's a mark of a true leader. I truly appreciate that. Now, you took up the challenge, had a plan to deal with the problems, which were very incumbent on the role of the area director, right? Now, since it's a DTM speech, Abhijit, I'm going to give you feedback, which you might find it useful. Now, the devil is always in the details. Now, and so is the salvation. Now, what makes a good speech great is actually in the details. The intricate description of the events which happened with the oratory fluidity which you had, that it evokes certain emotions, which has a very indelible impact on people, the audience who are listening to you. Now, you did quite well there, apart from some fluff you had, which you could have done with by calling spade a spade, right? And one cannot dismiss the effect created by your facial expressions, right? And the gestures and the leverage of the body movements. You can dramatize the screen, the whole thing. The whole point is not to exaggerate, and actually it is to exaggerate in such a way that you build a scene to such a suspenseful state that people are expecting something, but you deliver a very unexpected punchline to give that impact, that effective vocal variety. Now, I would also suggest to you that you work on a powerful introduction and an emphatic conclusion. Think of what people would remember about your speech in 1 week's time. Have that punchline repeated all over. My dear friend, I strongly believe that you have what it takes to tell engaging stories. You got it in you. If you work patiently on the things which I've mentioned, you would definitely nail it. Over to you, man, general evaluator.
Very much to our evaluator. I would like now to proceed to our timer, Toastmaster Pavesh, to give his report. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Grace, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. Oh.
Can we,
Rajiv ji, please,
Rajiv
please
can you
mute
please
yourself.
mute yourself?
Mute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Zoom master can mute whoever is the Zoom master.
Rajiv, can you please mute? Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters Grace. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A hallmark of effective speaker is the ability to express themselves within a specific amount of time. I always believe there is nothing like perfection. It's all about progression. And with every passing meeting, our STC club members are on progressive track, which is really commendable. Today, our speaker DTM Abhijit, it was a kind of touch and go so far as his timings are concerned. He took about 7 minutes and 32 seconds. And our evaluator was well within his time. Evaluator Noor Mohammed, he was well within his time, which is surely very appreciable. For table topics, again, VG, she took about 2 minutes 33 seconds. Indumati, 2 minutes 36 seconds. Kshama, 2 minutes 11 seconds. Rajiv ji, 1 minute 50 seconds. Saurabh, 2 minutes 1 second. So all of them were, most of them were well within their time. Kudos to you all. That's all from me. Back to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you very much to our timer. I would like now to call our grammarian and our counter, Toastmaster Pradyuman.
You need to unmute, Pradyumna.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Hello?
you
Yes.
are audible.
Yeah, thank you. So, as an accountant, I applaud you that most of the people had used very minimal R counters with less scratch words, less fillers. But for the data, Naren used 1 R, Mason used 2 R's and he had a short pause. Kshama 1 R, Rajesh 5 times R, and Saurabh had 1 R. And coming to my grammarian role, the good usages are used by Naren, derogatory, which means showing critical or disrespectful attitude. Mansi said enumerate, which means to mention one by one or count one by one. Malcolm used slice of paradise, which means a place, especially a home, or which is considered a beautiful by the visitor. Abhijit said envision, which means to visualize into future, something into future. And daunting, also used by Abhijit, which means seeming to be difficult. Shama used jam-packed, which means extremely crowded. Saurabh used procrastinating, which means passing on the time and postponing the thing. And Noor used comprehend, which means to grasp. And he also quoted the idiom, the devil is always in the details, which means there is always something fishy in the details. And in this context, he meant there is always something to improve. And improvements that can be adapted are only two. Someone said speaking is important as much as listening, which could be said in this way, that is, speaking is as important as listening. And someone said me and my cousin, which could be as my cousin and I, which means whenever pointing to others, we should give first preference to the others and then with us. Word of day is used by Grace, Noor Mohammed, and by Jayanti. For unfortunately, phrase of day is used by none. This is my report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much to our grammarian and our counter. Now, lastly, I would like to call upon our active listener, Toastmaster Rajni.
Grace, I think we need to call table topic evaluator.
Okay. Or table topic master.
That is
all right, thank you. Table topic master.
Rashi,
please come and give us your report.
So Rasi, you also will have 3 minutes as we only have 6 table topic speakers. So for each speaker will get 30 seconds. So at 2 minutes, I will show the green card. At 2:30, I will show the yellow, and at 3, I will show the red card.
Perfect.
Over to you. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavesh. So it was a beautiful journey that the table topic section was taken over by Umezian. And from there onwards, it was a beautiful way. It started off with our own Vaijayanti Bose. She started off, and the point is, table topic section has to be taught on the spot and, standing, it is thinking on your feet. The way she took us on a sarcastic journey of a diamond, how she lost her diamond. In fact, on that first and only grocery shopping of potato shopping while she was going around was quite different from what we had expected. It is always a pleasure to listen to VG. I only would add here that the last part of her speech, everything was perfect. The last part needed to have been added, some kind of pun needed to be added to the last part of speech to make it more humorous. Now let's come down to Indumati. So I believe it was a nice way where she described her journey with her daughter to Sangli, where her daughter lost her cap. So it was a nice one, only the humor part was not really evident there. So humor is not so easy to come. I understand that. It is not very easy, and thinking on your feet about humor is not really all that easy to bring in. but I really liked the way she managed to bring a substantial, a nice story to share with us. Shama, thank you so much for sharing such a funny story. You were one of those people who actually made the day for us. Your story really actually brought smiles to everyone, which I was watching around. And literally, it had every bit of humor. The way you put it across, the way your cousin, you had put across your cousin asking, didn't you know, what did you do? Have you not realized what have you done? All your statements were actually matching the way it should have been. So you were one of the funniest people today. And thank you so much for your funny speech today. And that too, thinking on your feet, bringing out a story. Rajiv ji, your official meeting of your UN official meeting where you were sharing the Somalian experience. It was very nice, and thank you so much for sharing it. I believe that we could have, you could have been a better, slightly better, the last part of the, the way you have put across the story. I believe that the way you had put it was slightly lesser than the impact, I believe that the impact could have been much more had you, placed the story in a manner that it was more funny. And Saurabh Shetty, we could not hear you very properly, but definitely we enjoyed a lot listening to you, since you were laughing and you were really enjoying the way you were sharing your story without any inhibition. Definitely your story must have been a hilarious one. And thank you so much. It was a beautiful, funny TTM, table topic session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rashi. I would like now to call Toastmaster Rajini as our last feedback giver on active listening. Over to you.
Thank you,
General
Gracie.
Evaluator, one sec. Grace, we would like to have your report on overall meeting before we move on to active listener. Okay? Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you very much. About that, we are always learning in Toastmasters. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity of being the general evaluator in your lab. My feedback will be in a sandwich form where I'm going to start about the good that you have done and what I think you need to work on, and completing again by really acknowledging the good that you have done. I like the fact that in the beginning of the meeting, the guests were given the opportunity to introduce themselves, so that even those that are scared of speaking, they can start, breaking the ice and saying something in Toastmasters. It was super. I like the way our Toastmaster of the day, MC, you really emphasize the theme of today about humor, and really it made me think about all the things that have made me to be laughing in life, because indeed humor releases the stress from us. So the role players were introduced very well, and now our evaluator, starting with him, he gave a detailed evaluation, and he didn't sugarcoat anything, as he was able to give our speaker the good that he has done, and also further gave him the things that he needs to work on. Remember, it is only through feedback that we grow. You did well, our evaluator. I really enjoyed the energy of our timer from the beginning until the end. He gave the report very well, and he was just on point. Our grammarian and accountant, next time, please just smile. because you were too serious for a humor theme. But besides that, you gave a detailed counter report as you pinpointed the members that needs to work on that. And further, when you went to the grammarian, you also did well by giving the words and the expressions that were done very well. And our table topic master, thank you very much. You know, I like it in Toastmasters because we are always given that chance of sharing our views on how we have seen things. And that is exactly what you did. You just gave the report based on how you saw things, which is really a good point. But now what I would like the club to work on, I think the Zoom master must always be hands-on and make sure that anything that disturbs the club, he switch on the members that are disturbing. And besides that, I would suggest that all the role players, because the meeting could have started on time if maybe our speaker joined the meeting on time. But besides that, I really enjoyed and I've learned a lot of good communication while arranging for the meeting. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Thank you for giving this detailed report about everyone. And now we can have our active listener, Toastmaster Rajni, to check on how many of us were actually listening. Over to you, Toastmaster Rajni.
I think we all are very good listeners. And the
Let's check.
Is all they are having very much enthusiasm to ask the question. First, the Naren used to introduce in his introduction that humor is used as what in our daily life.
Medicine.
What is the word used by him?
Medicine.
No.
Therapy.
Stress buster.
Therapy.
No.
Alright, you tell me, we'll share a pizza.
Fun.
As a weapon, fun.
Oh, okay. So half the pizza gone to him now.
And our guest Akanksha is referred by her sister, where she lives and what she is.
Area Director, District 92.
Yes, and where?
Bangalore.
Arizona.
Yes, Bangalore. Good, very good. And next is Nupur is having how many of experience? Of how many years of experience?
Well,
I'm not supposed to answer, no?
No, you are not.
Is it 20?
34.
No.
No, 34 is to
No.
Rajni ji. 34 is Rajni ji.
Okay, 20, fine.
No, not 20.
12.
10.
No.
He looks
Guess all
young,
the
but
numbers, guys.
we have a lot of
27.
experience. No, 22.
Can I give the right answer?
Reduce it. So we will take it average.
11.
No,
8.
no.
Who's saying 8?
Upur is going to kill you for that. Only 8 years of experience. He's diluted.
7. So what is the average of 20 and 27? Not the exactly, but nearby. Vijay has to reduce and Shama has to increase.
Okay,
24.
so 29.
24.
25.
25.
Okay, I said 27.
25.
I said 24. I was nearby then.
Yeah.
No, when did you say?
Age,
I
what
didn't
age?
hear when
You asked the age or her age or experience? What did you ask?
Experience, guys. Experience.
Our language evaluator used the word clock. Where it is placed?
What we didn't
Sorry?
understand. What?
The clock is placed there and in which state? Our language evaluator used this word clock about
What?
the clock.
Lock. What is it? Didn't get it.
Say the word again. Can you say that?
Anyone? Yes.
Rajni, can you say the word
We
again?
didn't
Rajni ji?
understand. We didn't understand.
Clock.
Cloth.
Yes.
Cloth.
He used one word as clock. So where that clock is placed and in which state?
Okay. Arizona. No, it was a language word. Sorry.
Anyone
Give away the
there?
answer.
No.
I will say in Secunderabad, Slajang Museum. Hyderabad, not Secunderabad, Hyderabad.
Oh, the Salajang
Hyderabad,
Museum. Okay. When you
yeah,
said what
yes.
ostentatious. Okay. Yeah, the Salajang Museum. Right.
Yes. Noor Muhammad introduced Abhijit Rai, the purpose of his speech. What is the purpose of his speech?
Demonstrate his skill as a public speaker.
No.
Express, not to impress.
Uh-huh.
So road to success then. Title is. That was a title.
Yes, that is the title of purpose of the speech is Road to Success Never Ends. Is it? Yes. And he is going to United States. He was going to United States in which year?
Arizona.
Somalia.
2020. 2020.
2022.
Yes, 2022. And in which month?
July.
Yes, July 2022. And next is the you already told that the zone is what is the difference of the time zone?
12 and a half hours.
12 and a half.
Yes, 12 and a half.
And a half, yes. Yes. Rajiv used in his table topic in which place
Somalia.
in his
Somalia.
Bhavesh, wait, let her complete a question.
वो एक ही तो प्लेस था.
Name of the place is
Somalia.
Good.
Bhavesh must have scored, 100 on 100 in his paper. वो 1 mark वाले तो पक्का.
भाई पढ़ाई में कभी नहीं आते थे. That's why I'm trying to score here.
And Vijay is going to grocery shop. What she want to buy?
Potatoes.
Aloo. She
Potatoes.
used the word aloo.
Aloo only, yeah.
And Indumati in his she is traveling with her daughter, and what she lost, what her daughter is lost?
Cap.
And she traveled by which vehicle?
A car.
Train.
Train.
Car.
Oh, she was sitting on top of the car. She was sitting on top of the car. Yes.
Sama was traveling by train.
Yeah. She was sitting on top of the car, right?
I got confused myself.
That's how I influence everyone.
And when you Kshama traveled by train, in which
Train.
class
Second class.
Second class.
and where?
Puri. Jagannath temple.
Yeah, she went to the Jagannath temple, right. Yeah, to attend see the puja there.
PG, you forgot Jagannath.
Yeah, I forgot.
She's near Jagannath. Okay, she's in Kolkata.
Yes.
Puri.
But kindly.
Yes, that's all. I have these many of questions. Thank you so
You
much.
have to.
Nice
Thank you
ones.
so much, Toastmaster Rajni. Now you need to announce the active listener of the day. A lot of people were answering. Now you have to pick up one who answered the most.
It is very difficult for me to
Naren.
one.
Bhavesh.
Yeah, Bhavesh.
Bhavesh.
Who answered the most? Bhavesh.
He answered the most correct ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
Toastmaster Rajni Gupta.
yeah, she had all the answers, you know.
No, we need to have the active listener of the day. So can we have a name?
Pardon?
Who's the
Rajni ji, we are
winner?
waiting.
Active listener.
Who's the winner of this active listener?
Bhavesh?
Okay, great. All right.
You did.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So moving on to our polls. Zoom Master, do we have the polls ready?
Yes. So you ask me and I'll launch one by one.
Yes, great. So it's time to find out the best evaluator for the day. So can we have the polls for best evaluator?
Okay, we have got the results.
Okay. So can we move on to the next poll? That is the best auxiliary role player.
We aren't seeing the poll on the screen.
I think he's still working on it. Naren, can we have?
Yes, it's come.
Yeah, it's there.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we done with this?
Yes.
Can we move on to the next poll? That is best major role player of the day.
Done.
All polls done? Okay.
I think for this, I need one or two more votes. for tie breaking. Somebody who has not voted, please vote.
Please vote.
I don't mind voting again. Sorry.
My name is
No,
not there. Whom are you voting to?
Wait, that's a problem.
Yeah. All right. So do we wait, Naren, or can we move on?
Yeah, it's a tie, but I can close the
That's
poll.
okay. All right. That's okay. I hope everyone has voted. All right. So we move on. Are we done with the polls, Naren?
Table topic speakers.
Yeah, that one poll is still there. So can we have that poll?
Done.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I pass on this meeting to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Mansi. Is she there? Is Mansi there? Can someone tell me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Okay. So over to you, presiding officer, Toastmaster Mansi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster and MC Nupur, for giving us a laughter therapy all together. And I'm back to my presiding officer hat today. And I hope
I thought
everybody...
that was Indumati's daughter's cap you found finally.
Okay, so I hope I also get to go on a vacation with Indumati's daughter, and I am enjoying the beach today. So on that note, I would like to invite some of our guests and members to give their feedbacks verbally, how they felt about the meeting and what would they like to look forward with us. Anyone who would like to speak, any feedback?
Or anybody who is shy of giving feedback can use the chat box.
Yeah. You can give us any feedback. We are open to any sort of what you like, what you don't like, what you expect from us, be it in chat box.
See, the offer is going to close in 5 seconds. So guys, be quick.
Yes. Okay, then I don't hear any feedback. Hope everybody enjoyed the meeting and we keep on meeting in our next Wednesday with a new theme. On that note, I would like to call this meeting adjourned with the gavel.
Mansi, we
Results.
need to announce the polls.
Results as well as the sergeant at arms. So my role
Yeah.
is over. I'll just leave my hat and give it to sergeant at arms. Before that, we'll go with the polls.
Thank you so much.
Poll results first, then you hand over to Sir.
Okay, can you, I can share my screen one by one. Can you see the screen if the results are there? Best evaluator of the day is prepared speech evaluator, Toastmaster, Noor Mohammed DTM. Can you see the screen, guys? I mean, the results?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay. Then best table topic speakers results are, the winner is Toastmaster Chama Bagla with maximum votes per night. Congratulations.
Patanjali girl.
Then we have best auxiliary role players. The clear winner is active listener Toastmaster Rajni Gupta with maximum votes. Congratulations. And best major role player. Okay. Can you see my screen, guys? This is a tie between MC Toastmaster Nupur Barthwal and General Evaluator Toastmaster Grace Metu Bathuba. Congratulations to both of you. Okay, so what an interesting meeting it was. I loved every bit of it. All the speakers were excellent. As they say, all good things come to an end. So is today's meeting. I adjourn this meeting for now. We shall all meet again next week at same time. See you all here next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you all
Bye
for
all. Good
joining.
night.
Bye.
Congratulations
I hope
to
you all
all the
had good
winners.
time.
Thank you for coming, guys. It was a wonderful meeting. That is not as I say, that is my personal thanks.
Yes.
I really enjoyed today's session.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Bye all. Good night.
Thank you, Bhavesh, for bringing humor and setting the
Yeah,
tone.
good night, everyone. Yeah.
Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you.